Hi, I'm Sean Della Croce, and this is I Owe You an Explication, the podcast where I break down and explore the songs in my catalog and the inspiration behind them. If you're new to my music, welcome, and if you've been tuned in for a while, thank you for coming back. As always, you can learn more about upcoming events and releases on my website at seandellacroce.com. And be sure to use code IOU on my store to receive 10% off any purchase. That's 3 letters. IOU for 10% off. Today we're discussing Lille, track number 9, from my record, Illuminations. Let's get started. For years, I lived in a neighborhood called Belmont-Hillsborough here in Nashville. It's nestled between 2 college campuses, and the whole area is a maze of historic buildings. It used to be home to a brewery, a used bookstore, and an iconic music shop. A lot has changed since then, but there is still a historic movie theater that stands right in the center of Hillsborough Village. It's called the Bell Court, and if you know Nashville, you know this charmed art house cinema. Perhaps there's one in your town. It's my favorite place to go see a matinee by myself in the middle of the week. And it was after one such movie, on a crisp winter night, that I wrote Lille.
When the world writes down your name, they won't know. Disclose the target of your aim and let me go.
If I'm honest, I don't really know how to approach this song's origin story. Of course, Lille can stand on its own, and its meaning is specific to the listener. But from a songwriting perspective, I'll be transparent about my inspiration. In 2013, I saw the now iconic, rightly controversial French film, Blue is the Warmest Color. If you're familiar with this movie, I'll pause for your reaction. The film had such an effect on me that I sat down and wrote Lille the next day. Lille is the French city in which the movie takes place. That's my cryptic nod to the song's origins. And I really think of the song as my interpretation of the internal monologue of the film's main character, Adele. In hindsight, I can see more clearly all of the ways in which Blue is the Warmest Color misses the mark. From the testimony of the actresses themselves to the very important rebuff from the author of the graphic novel on which the film was based. But at the time that the movie was released, pre-marriage equality, when lesbian representation was almost non-existent, the story gripped me, and I couldn't get enough. To me, it was a deeply true depiction of how the wave of love rises and crashes. And I think that can still be true. If you haven't seen the film, it's definitely worth exploring for yourself.
Come and take off all your cares. I won't say is distance ever really there in vain.
The real crux of this song, which is lyrically very sparse, comes during the chorus. In the writing process, Lille emerged as an ode to the natural separation that occurs before a relationship ends. The moment when it's over, before it's over. So the line, "Do you see me when I speak to you?" is really a desperate plea from one party to another. Please don't let me go. Please don't lose me. And it concludes in that statement, if all is lost, give me proof. Just say it. Stop loving me. Close the chapter. Because it's torture living in ambiguity.
Ooh, it's all that I can do. I cannot lie if I don't know truth.
my ear, this song really stands out on the record, and that is thanks to the beautiful guitar performance from Peter Sprague, who plays a classical nylon string. The song also differs from the others in that it doesn't conform to the usual time signature. Lille is sort of a waltz, and I think that lets the lyric breathe in some very important ways. It can be a tough song to play, and even more difficult to sing. But from a performance perspective, I love that because you can't phone it in. Every time I play this song, I am acutely aware that I'm spending time with Lille. And there is a very gratifying mindfulness in that. It's never impulsive. It can't be rote.
If there ever was a use for my love, justify me as a muse enough.
When I really think about it, Lille emerged from longing, and by the end, that resolves into closeness. Not necessarily a closeness that denotes possession, but a closeness to reality, to the truth of things. The narrator walks a path of discovery over the course of the song, asking questions of her beloved all along the way. They remain unanswered, but in that silence lies the reply. If you have to ask, "Do you see me?" you already know the answer.
'Cause I don't act upon your life the same, but you're an agent of my heart. Invade.
Lille was written by me, Sean Della Croce, produced by Deremo, and recorded at Back 40 Studios in Leucadia, California. Deremo plays piano, keyboards, and acoustic bass. Peter Sprague plays guitar. You can hear Adam Topol on percussion, and Molly Weaver lends her voice. Lille was mixed by Richard Bredice at Woodland Bredice Studios and mastered by Brent Lambert at Kitchen Mastering. This has been I Owe You an Explication. I'll see you next week when we discuss Monument, track number 10 on Illuminations.